So what happened with this Zuckerberg? What happened when Zuckerberg went to court? Because I remember, I don't know if we spoke about this on the first show that we ran. I don't think we did talk about any of this stuff, but
I think it was after that the Zuckerberg thing was after it.
Yeah. But I remember, for example, because I'm convinced that Facebook, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm convinced that Facebook listen to our conversations, and I'll tell you why. I had a podcast with my friend Ed Morrison. And I'll tell you why.
We're going to tell you. So you better listen up, brother. We're telling you.
So I'll pass on the message.
So we were talking about, we're just talking absolute bollocks about whatever in this podcast catch up with my mate Ed. And then Ed goes, you know what, guys? Have you ever heard about the pink pigs? And I said, the what? He goes, the pink pigs in the Bahamas. Have you heard about the pink pigs in the Bahamas, the swimming pigs? I said, what are you on about, Ed? And anyway, Ed goes on to tell us this really funny story about these pigs in the Bahamas that all these celebrity influencers go and swim with, and they bring them over, and they've grown their business through using influencer marketing, blah, 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 all this stuff. And Ed goes, but what I'm bloody worried about is who's putting the sunscreen on these poor bloody pigs. Anyway, I remember it so well because it was really funny, we laughed our heads off.
Of course.
And then, but I remember the podcast was at 10:45 at night because it was the only time we could catch up with it. Not 10:45, finished at 10:45. And I remember that night I went straight to bed, and the next day, all on my Facebook feed, I was getting served ads for come join the swimming pigs in the Bahamas, the pink pigs.
And you hadn't typed it or used keystrokes?
No.
Had your friend who's spoken about it done a recent post and you'd like that post, or he'd seen that you're in your feed because they think that... what I'm doing is I'm playing devil's advocate.
I understand that.
Right. Could it be that you're connected with this person, he'd put it up there, and they know that the things that we're into.
Friends of friends. Yeah.
So there is, and you know what?
Now fuck that. They're listening to us.
But wait. But
that laughter is the laughter of Sasha, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, that's the art of what they do, because all of a sudden there's plausible deniability that they're not listening, because they can say, yeah, but wait a minute. Our algorithms, which by the way are a secret, because you're not allowed to know what they are. I'm not allowed to know. That's like eating cornflakes where you're not allowed to know what the ingredients are.
Even if you gave them to the government would go, what is this?
Right. So there's plausible deniability that they're not listening to your phone, but we know that it's capable.
What do you think?
I don't want to put on a tinfoil hat here.
I know.
Because I actually
don't
really like technology.
Either.
Here's what better than telling you what I think, let me tell you what I know. Okay. What I know that is Facebook and Google and a number of technology companies have said they don't do things, and then evidence has shown that they do. And so if past performance is an indicator of future performance, then we should be suspicious and investigate. That's better than saying, I think they do it, conspiracy theory. Okay, I know that a number of times I've said, we don't do this and we don't do that and we don't do that, and then turned out that they did. Okay, so let's just keep digging until we find out the truth. That's probably a better way, right?
Yeah, no, I like
That's
my way.
That's a very nice way of saying, they're fucking doing it for sure.
The pink pigs! I've solved the case.
Right? Did you see, I wanted to sound like, I was a rational human being. I tried so hard.
I just realised I've got one of these bloody things. I should pull that on my head and sit it up.
I tried really hard. Look, hey, the history of corporations pretending they don't do things for profit, gee, that's not a short history, is it? I mean, that's a big book, that one. Let's write that book. So, right. Companies will do what they can get away with for a profit, and... the Facebook stuff, the truth is that most of the people in governance don't understand how the technology works. And so it's far easier to get away with something that has hidden elements inside it. There used to be cough medicine that had heroin in it that was for sale in the early 1900s. Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in it. Kellogg's and a number of other companies said that we don't want to put nutrition panels or ingredients list on our packaged foods all the way up until the 1960s because they said that was a trade secret. And it was unfair economically to do it.
I mean, that got
sounds
sold,
like algorithms, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. 100%.
They got sold by the FDA. And for every industry that's currently regulated and performing semi within the law, there's a regulatory body, right?
Yeah.
There's no government regulatory body for any of the tech companies that are software-based.
Yeah.
And there won't be in the current way the governments are structured, because the amount of time taken for legislation to come out purely because governments are designed to run in gridlock is over 10 years, right? So if it takes 10 years to come up with legislation, another 20 years to develop a regulatory body which understands it, which is government timelines, you're 30 years before you even get anywhere, right?
Well, the other thing is too is that software updates so frequently, right? You know,
Yeah.
your phone wants 17 updates a day,
Yeah.
right? So that's incredibly difficult to regulate against them. You know, you've got a really
they're
you've got a
ahead of you.
moving target. Yeah, you've
They're
got a
ahead of
moving
you.
target.
It's like the drugs. It's like drugs in sport. You know,
Yeah.
new drugs come out that beat the old testing systems, and it's not until 5 or 10 years later that
It's tough.
the
It
testing
is
systems
tough.
catch up.
Look,
But what's the
there are
greater
ways to do it.
implications though to them stealing our data? Like, why is it the number one thing that's got you
Well,
fired
I
up?
think for me, privacy and security are really important. We fought hundreds of years to get it.
Hmm.
And I think that while we think privacy is not that important, we've been co-opted to believe that your privacy doesn't matter that much. Because look, sure, they know that I went down to the cafe there, but we can serve you up ads that are more relevant. And Steve, we know that you like shoes, and next time we show you an ad and you like different kinds of shoes, you're a bit of a sneaker freak. Well, wouldn't you rather see an ad for sneakers than caravans? Do you know, like
Yeah.
that
I like
makes
that
more
side of
sense,
it.
right?
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
I don't know. I don't know if I like it, but the reason that it's a real problem is right now it might be just serving you up ads, but in the future, what happens when everything in our world is tracked? So at the moment, it just tracks behavior, right? Tracks where you go, what you do, who your friends are, things that you like. But what happens in the future when my toilet is a mini laboratory that knows really early that I've got cancer? And I don't know that I've got it, but maybe a company like Google Health, let's call it Google Health, your Google Health partner, and that information gets in the wrong hands and I can't get health insurance. What if, wait a minute, what if
it cures your cancer?
That's right.
What if it's
so
the
this is where tech is not good or bad.
utopian scenario?
So tech is not bad or good. It's like fire. Fire can warm your home, cook your food, or burn your house down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It can do any of those things, and it's about how you control it. So another example might be they know that someone in my family had skin cancer, and it's highly likely in my family. And from my Apple smartwatch, they know that I'm outside a lot because of the geolocator and the temperature and where I am. But all of my purchases are on the new Facebook Libra. The new Facebook Libra cryptocurrency, and they know that not once have I ever bought sunscreen. And then I can't get health insurance. This is just one example. What about when a technology company is driving my car inside my house and it becomes part of our physical world, not just our emotional and social experience? So there's deep considerations which I don't think have come yet. But what you want to do is have the right benchmarks of laws that happen now before we get there. Because when you get there, it's really, really hard to wind it back, right?
Exactly, yeah.
I
So
agree.
that's why I'm concerned about it, is because this is just the start of the start. We're only 20 years into this revolution.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, this is like...
We're only 10 years into Facebook, really. 20 years into the internet. 10 years into the data stuff,
into the graphical web, and only 10 years of the smartphone. Like, the car was invented 150 years after the start of the Industrial Revolution. That shows how early we are, and already there's massive concerns.
Yeah.